joining me now, we've got a friend coming on the show. Here is Mr. Eivind. Eivind, how are you doing, my friend? Welcome to the stream.
Thank you very much for having me. Well, it's a good day, isn't it?
It is very good day for dollar bulls.
It's a good day for everyone now.
I'm sorry. I think I messed you up. Sorry.
You messed me up.
You were saying?
Why are you kicking me out?
I don't know. I didn't like what you're saying. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, no, incredible day for the dollar. We're coming in real strong here. And that number, was it 476K? Is that the
467, yeah.
Okay, yeah, 467. Wow, that's some bigger than expected numbers for sure. Pulling it up here on the screen, we got 110K was the forecast, 467K in terms of the actual. So really impressive there. Eivind, what's your reaction overall here for the dollar?
Money. No, I'm joking. Unexpected. I was saying in my stream below 150, mostly because we know that this time of the year, it's not really like a strong generally it's going to be slower in winter, right? So sure. 150, and then we also saw ADP, which actually fuels people. I have said the whole week that doesn't have correlation anymore, and all the media outlets are like, well, ADP was so low, it was negative 300,000 or whatever, and then I'm like, research shows there's no correlation anymore. What happens?
Exactly. It kind of tricked me a little bit too. I mean, I didn't really like trade the dollar based on that, but I was like, okay, well, those numbers are not looking great. It is a natural reaction, right? So that's actually a really good point that you make that, because now, jobs numbers coming out much higher than expected. That took the market by surprise here a little bit.
Absolutely. So we have labor force participation going higher. We have more jobs being created, and we also have an increase in average hourly earnings. So full steam ahead. Except for CAD. Canada did the opposite.
CAD had a little bit of a tough day, but going off of your point there, yes, participation in labor markets, great. Unemployment, 4%, still staying relatively low comparatively speaking to some of the other places, and average hourly earnings higher than expected. That even pushes the narration of inflation and the Fed's monetary policy tightening. It kind of reinforces their plan to stay ahead of the game to combat that. So, Eivind, do you have any markets you want to pull up? If you want to share your screen, if you have any trade ideas or setups that you're looking at personally post NFP, that would be awesome.
Well, I'm just trying to save you here because somebody super chatted you. So I'm going to save you and do USD CAD because that was what they wanted to do.
Yes. Thank you, Akil, in the chat for the 40. Appreciate you very much, man. Let's do it. We'll do USD CAD for
USD CAD is definitely the strongest today. Definitely to the upside. I don't know what position you guys have on USD CAD, but earlier today we had a break of structure, so it was kind of setting up for it, even though there is no way on earth you're able to know this is going to happen. But right now you have probably less likeliness of a rate increase. This can actually continue more than just a current move. Mostly because dollar is going stronger and CAD is going weaker, at least on the short term. So if you are a seller here, I would run as fast as I can and maybe look for some pullbacks on Monday or something, because this is probably the strongest one that is that has the biggest divergence today.
Sure. So dollar CAD, if you were to, if you could full screen that and let us know, like if you're looking at this thing. No, you're good. If you're looking at dollar CAD and you're saying, okay, we had the big pop, for people who may, let's say that they do have a bullish perspective on it, where would you say is an interesting pullback location to start looking at potential buys? Where do we have structure? What's your thoughts on that?
Before I do anything on that, is if this pulls back 100% or more, it's dead. That is like, if you start going back down to these levels down here, back down to these supports again, it is dead. Then they have got new information that they didn't know before. Then the whole thing is basically dead. So it all depends on what kind of volatility strategy do you have. So first of all, we of course have this as resistance, clear as a day, and we have this as support. But that I don't like going as low as that, because that would be great maybe on Monday, but for today, I still want us to be peaking higher. And if we can use that as support, that would probably be the best, more longer term, because if we're down here, that doesn't look great. But if you, generally speaking, are a trend trader, you have general trend, and then up there, and then
Sure.
down the back.
So Ivan, let's just say that we get in the next few hours, let's say that the follow through is real. We get a break above that resistance, and price clears that zone of supply, and then you're saying, potentially an aggressive buy idea up there. How would you treat the stop loss in that place? Because you're talking about, you've moved substantially. Would you keep the stop tight? How would you approach the risk management on that?
Good question. Is 120 pips down to its previous low.
Right.
I am probably going to do, like I always do, 50 pips, and then see, does that work out, or does it not work out? If it doesn't work out, what is then the structure? Then it's a whole new trade. So it's just one attempt. 50 pips.
Right.
If it goes down below, okay, then I was wrong. Okay, I will try again. So I will watch this as a hawk, and I know that is vulnerable to have only 50 pips. Even better would have been if you can divide your lot size in half and only take 50% of that, so you can have 100 pips loss, stop loss, and then you are the way better price. Then you are the way better structure down here. But then you have to have a follow-up later on where you kind of go back to your normal, as it continues higher, you then have more normal lot sizes again to save yourself, basically.
I like that. And so, okay, do you mind using, you ever use the trading view position thing? What do you call that? The like the stop target, what do you call that? I forget the position size. Yeah. I wanted to see. So let's say that move happens. The other question I have for you, of course, you've got a 50 pip stop loss in mind. If price clears that, you see consolidation or a breakout and consolidation above, you get the pullback. How, I know you use the Wayne's pivots. How would you target something as well? Because I'm just trying to get a feel for, you get that breakout, where would you be looking for it to move higher?
So if I'm actually going to trade around 27, like around this level, around 27.80, 50 pips is actually down to the beginning of today's move. So that is okay for me.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
And then if you're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 R's, I would probably just use the pivot points, which is easier for me. But I would then, generally speaking, say, what if we by the end of the month are able to get back up to 129? It's a long term, but if we break through this, that is definitely the next move. Because in my world, and probably not the whole world, but in my world, this is clear as a day buy zone, and this is the clear as a day target, and we are on the way. Yes, we are. If we clear.
Right. Well, and that's the thing, is that if is a big if, but it's also something that could even carry into next week. Maybe that dollar strength continues into next week. We see the break above. We start seeing structure here continue bullish. I actually really like that in terms of a risk reward. So yeah, thank you for sharing that. Dollar CAD definitely in play today with the CAD news coming out negative and the dollar coming out strong. That is quite the divergence on that pair.
Yeah, it's currently 2.7 R, so it's okay. It goes.
Yeah, no, that's not bad. That's I actually really like that trade setup a lot. So thanks for the signal, man. I'll be using that later. So yeah, no, but just a crazy NFP. I mean, that was I don't know if you were watching the stream or not at the time, but I was polling, or I was talking about a setup, and I didn't realize that the time was like right then and there. So it just blew up on my screen. I was like, oh my gosh, well, there it is. There's the numbers. So quite the spike there. So what are we doing in terms of dollar in general? We're still seeing dollar strength. We haven't seen any of those, whiplash back moves. And yeah, what's your thoughts on Aussie dollar? I've got to hear this, because that's a big move to the downside there.
If you are in the VIP membership in your Discord channel, I talked about this one this morning.
I know you did.
And we made this trade plan.
That is awesome, man. That's some sell-off pressure there.
So I don't know. What else do you want me to do? I think it's going to go down to 68.50, and we are already on the way. So the move is already over. No, of course, this is a continuation of the trade we had last week, where whoever who did it, absolutely nailed that entry, and that is a target. And now we did that one again, and we're going down to 68.50.
Yep.
The reason why Aussie is weak now, one of the reasons was Aussie is weak is actually there was a very bad trade balance. It was only, is it 8,000? It's supposed to be above 10. So it was only 8,000 whatever billion million whatever it is. So it's a very weak export number.
Interesting. Yeah, and I think the story that's been so pressing for me right now, Ivan, is that we've got all these central banks now. I keep comparing it to like a race. Like the dollar was like a way ahead in the race, and then this catch-up play from the euro and catch-up. Well, still not catch-up, but we're seeing some recovery from the euro, who is just dead last behind back with the yen and the Swiss franc. But now we're seeing the pound come out strong. We're seeing some race contestants come in, and it seems like the Aussie and the NZD are still just not the most favorable in that race. What's your take on that?
Do you remember who raised hikes first in March 2020?
Well, it was either
it was
CAD
lowered,
or
sorry.
NZD. Who was it? Which one was it? Canada? My memory is
It was
bad.
America. 3rd of March. It was America. Then CAD, then UK, then Euro, and then Aussie, and then whatever.
Got it.
The big boy, America, starts the race in central banking hikes or lowers it, or hikes or decreasing it. They're the first ones. They're the first move, and then everyone else moves with it, because then they have to start acting. The thing is that Canada has done, they have been postponing, because they're looking to their brother and like, hey, what are you going to do? And they're like, well, we are still waiting for transitionary. And then now everyone is rate hiking. Why? Because Fed is going to do it in March. Everyone expects it.
Got to keep
They
up.
haven't done it yet, but it also depends on their economy, and everyone is doing. Many economies are not doing well. So, the New Zealand, Aussie, CAD are going to get crushed because of it. The only question that we need to discuss ourselves is, how bad is it going to be? How strong is dollar going to be? How much are they? Because money has to come from somewhere, and it seems like New Zealand and Aussie is the loser. That's why I have the downside here.
Yeah, and you've been bearish on these two pairs for a long time. Every time I've talked to you the last several months, I feel like we've talked about Aussie dollar short setups. I was with you on that for a while. I still have a bearish outlook. I just have been trading a lot of the Euro USD has been good to me until the last week or so. I took 2 losses in a row on that, so I'm pausing on that for now. But dollar yen, euro dollar has been my play, and it seems like you're pretty consistently shorting the Aussie dollar. So good stuff there, man. Hey, Ivan, thank you so much for coming on.
Wait.
What you got? What's the bonus? The
bonus is, I said up here, this is the sell zone. That is where we were. And I said, I don't want to buy it until here. 2 pips. 2 pips difference. I'm sorry. It was only 2 pips. I haven't taken in trades here though, but it looks clean.
Yeah, it does. And that dollar yen today move, my goodness, that is such a breakout there, and looking like it's wanting to come right on back to the top. So good stuff there on the dollar yen. If you're long on the dollar yen, then hey, you're in it without me. I'm waving you off. Have a great day. Enjoy it. Have a fun trip. But yeah, Ivan, as always, a pleasure having you on. Guys, before we go, do me a favor, go blow Ivan up on his YouTube channel, EivindFx. You can see it in his name under his little tag there. Follow him, subscribe to him. He's got Instagram, he's got YouTube. Just search him up. He is worth following, and always a pleasure to have you on, sir.
You're very much welcome.
Interested in seeing our trades live as they happen? By joining the A1 Trading Discord, you'll get a notification every time one of our traders enters a position. Each trade we share comes with an entry price, a stop loss, and most importantly, a full breakdown of why the trade was taken. Learn alongside our experienced traders, join our active chat room, and ask your questions in our coaching webinars. Between our team of active traders, we trade Forex pairs, commodities like gold and oil, crypto, and stocks. By joining the group, you'll be able to keep up with all of it. Sign up today using the link in the description, and don't forget to use our promo code listed below for a special subscriber discount. Thanks for watching, and see you inside.